Hello everybody and welcome back to Felsbrunn. So what we're going to do today is continue the harvest, but at the same time I'd like to do a job which would come under the contract page. I would also, in a few minutes time, just like to mention a few things, just a couple of things which I love and don't like about the game. It's not my full review by any means. I've got loads of stuff to say, loads of positive stuff and some negative stuff. So I will say probably a couple of negative things and a couple of positive things just in this episode, and then in a few weeks time I can do my full review and we can just basically see really what the game is about and how good or bad it is. Anyway, we do have a few jobs here. We've got the harvesting jobs, we've got a trailed sugar beet harvester, we've also got the self-propelled potato harvester, 2 transporting jobs and a sowing job. I want to do the sowing job today, so if this works I'll just lease the items. Did it work? I hope so. No, that's glitched as well. Yes, I'm awaiting a patch. I think everybody is. Now I must just say this is recorded on the 20th, the release date, so the patch might be out now, I'm not too sure. If it is, fantastic. If not, then we'll have to keep waiting because there are still quite a few issues with the game, which is actually my first negative comment. That is that the game was released with a lot of glitches. In fact, I emailed Giants with some of the glitches I have discovered while playing on the early access version, and as far as I can see, nothing that I mentioned has been fixed for the release, which I've got to say I was quite disappointed about. I can appreciate they're really busy, but some of the glitches I have do make the game a bit unplayable. For example, anything to do with the hand tools. I can't cover a silage pit, I can't use the pressure washer, the chainsaw, I can't feed the dog. So it's quite restrictive the way that is currently laid out, and I think it's got something to do with the steering wheel. I'm not too sure. I've heard that if you unplug the steering wheel that can fix it, but then you can't use the steering wheel. So yeah, it basically needs to be patched. Now a positive thing, now we've said a negative thing, is I think the environment is just so beautiful. I mean, it's just lovely. I think the lighting just shows the tractors off at their best. And obviously the suspension, the cab suspension, the seat suspension, and the animation in here, absolutely beautiful. So that is definitely a really, really positive thing that I've got to say about 19. So well done, and I don't think they could have actually done the seat suspension any better. I think it is just spot on, and also the way the driver or the operator sort of moves side to side when you turn sharply. Really stunning. On to my second negative point about the game. That is animal placement. I love that you can place the animal pen or animal field or whatever you want to call it wherever you want to, as long as it's not on a mountaintop. As long as it's on a piece of land which can support the pen or the pasture, great, really good. But £250,000 for a pig enclosure with no pigs, that's £250,000, and a chicken coop, a wooden fence with a shed, £20,000, £40,000 for 2 sheds and a fence. It was free in 17. Why should we pay this extortionate amount? £300,000 for a cow pasture. We're never going to be able to do any livestock farming, especially for those playing on Start From Scratch and Farm Manager. Put a price on it, but really, that is extortionate. So that is my second negative comment about the game. So we'll come back on to a positive comment, and I think that the range of tractors and the range of different brands, really good, and also they're adding more tractors in on Mod Hub, so what you see in the game isn't everything you get. You do get loads more mods in the future. Some have just been released, which I'll show you in a minute, but yes, over time more mods are coming, and by the modders as well. That's going to really expand the game. So just that they've always had the mod support, and they've maintained the mod support is going to keep this game really fresh and really addictive to play. So that is just another really good point about it. So overall, I do have more positive points, way more positive points than negative points, but that was quite frustrating because I did want to do livestock farming fairly early on in this Let's Play. We only have £67,000, which is fairly realistic. We're not going to have loads of money. We're doing it properly. But yes, on Felsbrunn on this Let's Play, I'm going to really struggle to even get any animals because of the price of the placeables. They're extreme. Now I know somebody's going to say just cheat the money in. I could do, but I don't want to. I want to play it properly. I want to play it as it's intended to be played. So there we go, 4 points about the game. I'll show you the mods now while it's unloading. So far, at least on the day of release, we do have the Estancia de Pacho map, which is out. We also have the Dutzfar, the 6.61 from 17. So good to see that back in the game. Absolutely love this tractor. Also, the case is coming back as well. The case which nearly everybody loves, I think. It's the 1455, I think. And also we've got the K1660 Combine Harvester just here. And there is a closer view. Again, very nice to have this combine back in the game. It's amazing when a new version comes out. If it doesn't have the machines which were in the previous version, you really do miss them. I'm sure lots of people have already felt the same thing. I mean, in the ideal world, you wouldn't ever want to have any machines removed, but sometimes you have to due to licensing and all that sort of stuff. And also, I think part of the issue, I'm not too sure exactly, so don't quote me on this, but I think part of the issue might have been to keep the game size smallish. But I'm not too sure if that was a reason. It was a rumour which I heard, so I don't know. Having the Estancia de Pacho map on, for example, would have probably added another 700 megabytes, which is on top of the game file size. But yeah, that's just what I heard, so can't say for sure. So now that's cracking on, we can now grab the tractor, another tractor. Obviously the first one failed. We could do the transport mission. Hopefully this one's going to work. Yes, good. So if we just grab we could use the forklift, but we could also use the Massey Ferguson, which is just here. That's finished. We have a field ready to plant. And I was actually going to try using the weeder to plant oilseed rape or canola, whatever you want to call it. So I'll probably do that in a minute or two after we've done the job. So we do need to take the cultivator off, put the front loader on, and go from there. Now, as much as I would love to just forever say positive stuff about the game, I think if I don't say negative things as well, things which really do bother me, it will prevent the game from being improved in the future. Now, I know that loads of other people will be expressing their own opinion too. Hopefully Giants will listen to them, and other YouTubers and streamers and everything, basically everybody, and it will create eventually an almost perfect game. I think it's impossible to create a perfect game, but an almost perfect one. I did notice actually that the game had a mixed Steam review, so hopefully with a patch that will be improved, but only time will tell. Anyway, let's just take a look on here. We're going to go from the Port Southeast to the Castle Hotel. That is from the yellow one to the red one, so that's fairly simple. We know how to do this. Yeah, there's nothing better than constructive criticism, but when somebody just says, hate it, refund please, then it doesn't really tell the developers what they've done wrong and what they could improve. The same with positive, I suppose. Like if they just say, that's good, they don't really know what they've done right. It's good to elaborate, and so you say stuff like, you've really done that lighting perfectly, that is just so good. So if you just say in the Steam review, because I've read some Steam reviews and some of them are just so vague, but other ones are really good. Here we are then, approaching the port. Now I did actually buy my multiplayer server this morning, so I should be able to get that set up fairly soon. I can't guarantee a date when it's going to be up and running, but it should be very soon, and we're going to try it out. So it's going to be done on a trial basis, it's going to be open to everybody. I don't know how it's going to work out, hopefully very well. Obviously the 17 one didn't work, so I didn't have a 17 server for a while. But let's just hope that's different for 19. Look at that! I've never been able to go straight into a pallet before. Wow. Okay, so let's take these bottles, I think they are, over to the hotel. It's probably just drinking water or something. Make some money. I did want to do the drilling, but yeah, we'll have to try and find a different job. Now this is a place I haven't properly been to yet, and it is the town of Felsbrunn. So I do want to take a look around here. We'll just walk most of it, I would have thought. If we just park up somewhere around here. Just park the tractor up. like there. Yes, here we go. Have a quick wander around. So do we have pedestrians within the main town square? No. They were down... Oh, no, we do, sorry. Here we go. One man. It's just a very quiet town. Hello. Yeah, we've got some lights which shine on the stack of animals. So, yeah, we've got the big stack of different animals, which I think most of these are in the game. We've got the cow, the pig, the sheep, the dog. Is it the fawn? And the bird. Calling it a very generic thing. It's just the bird, but yeah. There's a train. Yeah, there's pedestrians. There are people around here, so it's not dead. That's good. Right, let's make our way up to the Castle Hotel. And we'll collect our, I think it's £600 and something, so it's pretty good. Just to do this job. Now the combine harvester is 80% full, so we need to go over there and just go and unload it. Although it probably is very close to the end, but we'll unload it anyway so we can complete the job. And that will be our second or third harvest done. Oh, good timing, it's just going up the hill, so the auger is on the correct side. Yeah, so I would obviously upgrade to the case, which I think is a newer combine. It certainly has a cab anyway. But the thing is, it's only got a 10cm header, which is larger, 10cm larger than this one, and it's quite expensive too. So we're not going to replace it with that, but hopefully at some point we can replace it with another combine. It could be a case, but yes, obviously we need to make the money up first. There we go. I'll pull out of the way. So that is just over half full, that trailer. It's going to be around £10,000 we get, I think. And let's go. The big mountain climb is about to start. And it really does take quite a while to get up here. It's a very twisty, turny road, but the views are stunning. So it's best just to stop halfway and take a look. Unless you've got a really heavy load, then you can't really stop. You might struggle to get going again, but yeah, chances are you're not going to be taking a really heavy trailer up here. I think the only building up here is the hotel and the castle anyway, so yeah, it's most likely just going to be a pickup truck or a tractor with the pallet fork, something like that. Here we are. So there's the view over the town. And across there. That is where we need to take it to. So that's the hotel, that is the castle. Obviously, you can fairly easily distinguish the two, but that is our delivery done. So that's good. We can now hopefully get our money. 642 completed. Nice. Do we have any more jobs? We do. There's actually another transporting one, but we won't do that for the time being. I would like to go in the castle. I haven't been up here yet, so this is a really good opportunity. There's some benches we can sit down on. There's the view over here. There's our field. And there's our farm. Yeah, you can pretty much see, I'd say about 2/3 of the map over here. And if we walk up this piece, let's just take a look up here as well. We may be able to go actually within the castle. Oh, 1 second, please. Ah. And there is the other side. So the town is separated by the hill, the mountain in the middle. Oh, whoa! I've fallen out the window. That didn't go to plan. I was trying to get into that bit there, but I don't think we can do. No, it seems to be all sealed up. Anyway, let's go back over to our field number 25. We need to sort out the combine and the trailer. And then we can get some more money in. This is for walkers. Tells them the distance to various landmarks. Right, it's done. So we can now pack things up. We'll unload it for the final time. And then we're going to go back over to field 20 and we'll try and drill the field really quickly with the weeder. Now, I've never drilled a field with a weeder before, so it's going to be quite interesting to see. This field needs to be ploughed. We can't afford a plough at the moment. How much do they cost? It can't be that expensive. 13,000, 40, we'd probably go for this one here, 14,000. So yes, that's actually not too expensive. We should be able to go for that. Or a subsoiler. It's yeah, used instead of a plough. So that's only 7,000 or 9,500. But then again, the bigger it is, obviously the more horsepower it requires. Yeah, so plenty of different things we can choose from there. And it doesn't look too expensive to be able to buy a subsoiler or a plough. So yeah, we'll get one of the two. I'm not too sure which one though. Hopefully we have a sell point which is currently giving a good price. That would be good. So let's just get that loading into there. Quite a bit in it. Yeah, so commodities, canola, 1335. It's an okay price. It's not amazingly good, but we can't really afford to be not selling it. We really do need to get the money in. So, yep, let's just go over there. We'll turn the combine engine off. That's still running. There we go. Off we go to the grain mill, which I think is the place most of our grain has gone to so far. As well, before we do start the drilling, it would be wise to extend the fields because they are currently smaller than they could be. With a plough we can extend the field boundaries and it will make it much bigger. So yeah, potentially a lot more money to get in from the crop. Anyway, this is the sell point just up here. So let's just say we're looking for around £10,000. I think that would be a fairly realistic figure to go for. So if we end up with about £79,000, close, 78,660, which is £10,525. Nice. That is a good bit of income. And it'll be even more next time, because next time we will have the field ploughed. I think we gain 15% yield, and also the field will be bigger. This field here, for example, we're going to extend all the way out here, or we could actually have it as a separate field. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't have to necessarily join up, but it would be wise to extend it all this way. I think it's a good piece of grass if we wanted to put a placeable on there, for example a chicken coop or maybe the cow's pasture, but we don't want to, so yeah, we'll take up the land with just an extension to the field. Put the cover on that and we'll park it up. Right, so what I've just done is I've been to the store, I've bought one of these subsoilers. It says you can use it instead of a plough, but for some reason it didn't allow me to use it to create a new field. It didn't have the option, it was actually acting as a cultivator, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. So we're going to have to go with an actual plough, which is going to be more expensive, but what's it working with? Yeah, it's also much smaller, but at least it is going to be useful for other jobs. We'll have to go with the universal moldboards instead of the slatted. Nice to have the option though. So we'll buy that, 14,000. We always have to buy something. And yeah, we're just going to have to hope for the best that this tractor can pull it, because it's going to be quite a big job for it, I reckon, but luckily the field which we're going to be working on is flat, so there shouldn't be a massive problem. But yeah, you don't really know until you've tried. Because I think the recommended requirement is really high, like, yeah, 180 horsepower. This is only 105, so it's way off that. But yeah, like I say, it's flat land, we can try it. Does this go into work into road mode? I think so. Did that just fold up? It did. Yes, it goes right behind the tractor. But we don't have an issue with doing a wheelie, so that's nice. We don't have to worry about losing our steering. We've got a good weight on the front. We've also got the weight of the front loader, which is going to help. So yeah, not ideal. I do want to have a bigger tractor. We might have to get rid of one of these two and get an older, more powerful tractor. In fact, I could just really quickly take a look at that. Most of the tractors we can buy are new, but there is the Fiat. I don't know the horsepower rating of the Fiat. I would have thought it's very similar to this tractor, but I might be wrong. There's also the Fendt Favorite as well. Oh, and the case as well, actually. That is 170, and that is 150, that is 115. So the Fiat's pretty good, actually. Thing is, ours have depreciated, so that makes it a bit more challenging. Anyway, let's just try this. Hopefully it's going to work. We just allow create fields. There we go. Press V. Good. And yes, that is working. Even though the required horsepower is much higher. It's all because the field is flat. If the field wasn't flat, it would never pull this. No chance. Like field 25, the other field, it would never pull this on there. Luckily, the piece of land we need to do up there is actually at the top of the hill, so there shouldn't be an issue. If we had to go up the hill, it would never move. It would just sit there spinning. Put the side on. Yeah, I don't think we've even got much wheel slip. Try and match it nicely. That's going to be quite difficult to do, though. Okay, so now we've got a bit of a template. I should probably go down the side here too, and then it's just a case of ploughing it, basically. Try not to miss anything, although I'm not that good at this. Almost finished. So I love how easier it is to do the ploughing than it was in 17. It's very similar, so when you first start doing it you'll probably think this is exactly the same, but it's definitely filling a furrow and you can stay in that furrow much easier. So it's very minor, but it makes all the difference. Anyway, we now have a field extension, so before I finish we're going to go and grab the weeder and attempt to put a crop of canola in here, so we'll see how it goes. I really don't know how well it's going to go. Let me just fold this up. Oh, wrong button. There we go. And we'll just drop it off somewhere over here. We'll use the T5 to do the weeder. Oh yes, and I must make sure I remember to switch off the create field mode, otherwise we're going to create a field in the yard, which wouldn't be good. Right. There we go. So there is the weeder, just there, and the seed is actually on the gator. So we'll bring that over in a minute. Yes, I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tried it before. Hopefully it will do, because it's really wide. You can also put grass back in as well, or you can use the oilseed radish, which is a cover crop. It will give you fertiliser. It's green manure. Yep, the gator is there, so we can back up to it and just fill it with seed, hopefully. Just trying to figure out how to do things. Yep, that's good. There we go, canola selected. Hope for the best. Nice. So that is working. We are putting our canola into the field. If I just really quickly turn it off and go onto here, we should be able to see. There you go. Canola. That is so easy then. We have essentially got a very wide drill here, which doubles up as the weeder. Or we have a weeder which doubles up as drill. Yeah, whichever way you want to look at it. So that is fantastic. We're going to leave that going until next time. Next time when we get back to the farm, this will be growing, and then we can also fix the field over there. We need to make that bigger, and we'll also put in a different crop. We might put canola in again, but I might just put something in like wheat or barley or oats, something which can produce straw. It just might not be worth it for one field though, so it could be just another crop of canola to boost our money and really start to do very well. I can also actually extend this way. I could do that. I might do that actually next time as well. So lots to be getting on with. But as for today, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.